and gentlemen, it is yet another episode of Rogan Radio, live from the confines of Studio A in the luxurious confines, the campus, shall we say, of Casa del Rogan Report.
It's going to be a very interesting episode because you said it was a lepisode.
It's a lepisode.
I said lepisode.
It's a lepisode.
How many of those frozen beers have you had tonight?
Listen, that's once again the biggest problem that we have right now is the fact of it's so cold outside, and Michelle and I, we like to do this green thing. And so we keep the beers outside, which of course we drink. Thank you to Miller Lite and Miller Brewing to be the official sponsor of Rogan Radio, the official adult beverage of Rogan Radio.
You know it.
That's why Erica is not drinking any of them.
Really? Because it used to be Miller High Life, the champagne of beers, was the official adult beverage of Rogan Radio.
Listen, we have a lot of stuff to talk about. First of all, we have some really big news. We have a big news on a lot of different fronts.
Biggest news.
Biggest news
who's
ever.
Who's got big news? You
Well,
two
first of
have
all-
big news?
No.
No,
You're
we
going
don't.
to have a baby.
Oh, no. We're not having a baby.
no. Okay.
Definitely not.
Okay. Well, you know when you
The
got
news
big news.
is Michelle and I, we're going to have a baby.
Yay! Congratulations.
Baby stink bug.
Oh.
Because the stink bugs that are at our house are multiplying.
They're
And now
everywhere.
we're going to have a baby stink
They're
bug.
everywhere.
Yeah. Okay, that's our news. Everybody give a round of applause.
That's right.
Yay!
Round of applause to the baby stink bugs.
Baby stink bugs.
That's
I
fantastic.
love baby stink bugs.
We have a lot of things to talk about. We have some big news. Tonight we have big news from the HAHAHA camp. Tonight we're going to call Duggar up because we have a secret society meeting that we're going to indulge and we're going to let you know about tonight. It's going to be in Bridgeport, West by God, Virginia.
You know it.
And listen, we haven't missed one of those. We've yet to be arrested, and I'm surprised. But the fire department did come one time.
Well, we're going to try not to do that again.
Not this time.
Well, that was just the fog machine.
Well,
Allegedly.
Fog machine set
Yeah.
off the detectors and they came.
Yeah.
Tonight we talk about the great performance last night that the Patriots had against the Tennessee Titans.
Let's not talk about
The
that.
Houston Oilers wannabes.
Okay, skip one.
And today the whatever happened to Pittsburgh thing, I don't know. As you can tell, we have a new soundboard operator also because Jimmy Wiz isn't here and Michelle is being the soundboard operator.
Hey, listen, can I?
Well, my sounds aren't coming up.
Yes, they are, baby. They should.
That just did, right?
You are one pathetic loser.
I
Yeah.
heard it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before your big news announcement.
Shut up. Shut up.
I heard it.
Listen,
Before your
you
big
know-
news announcement,
Yes,
I
yes.
got the drum roll. I have a drum roll.
Okay.
I can't
We're going to
wait.
do that.
I wanna
Yeah,
play
you
it.
can't wait.
I can't wait.
We also have Erica in here. She's the marketing director of Rogan
Hi,
Radio. She
Erica.
has some things that she wants to talk about, let you all know about, because one of the biggest reasons is Facebook has recently came out. Mark Zuckerberg, somehow, he came out and he said that he's going to go back to how Facebook was originally. And originally it was all about, before they had the business aspect of things and everything else. You saw a lot of things from your friends and your family. That was it. Now all of a sudden you see a lot of things from businesses. Now they're going to, through the algorithm, filter that out unless that particular business wants to see it. Well, guess what? We're not going to pay for it.
No.
We're not going to do it.
Oh, they're going to make it. Facebook's going to be.
You're not going. You're not going to see if we say with Brian Morton or Craig Roberts over in Parkersburg or with us. They're going to start filtering that out of your news feed, so you're not going to see it as often. They made that a big announcement there a couple days ago. So you're not going to see this stuff very often anymore because of their conscience.
Yeah.
They feel bad. So anyway, we have decided, and I just told Derek this outside. Rogan Radio is actually going to have, you know how Pandora is.
Yep.
Okay.
gonna be awesome.
Listen, we're working on a licensing deal now for music, and it's going to be like a kick-ass radio station because every song you hear, it's going to be a different genre. It's going to be a mix. It's going to be country. It's going to be hard rock. It's going to be
R&B,
dance. It's going to
R&B.
R&B. It's going to
Yeah.
be every song that you know that rocks out. It's going to be a 24-hour radio station, and every 3 or 4 so many hours, you're going to hear the podcast along with, perhaps, if I can talk to the Duggar, which we'll talk to here in about 5 minutes, we're going to get him to do a morning show for us.
Yep.
But it's going to be a 24-hour legit radio station if we can get the licensing to play the actual music, because you don't want to hear independent labels so much. We like to have independent people on here, but if you're going to listen to a Pandora, then you want to hear something that sounds like, DVE, CLG, VAQ. You want to hear songs that you know. So we're working on that. And I was telling Derek outside, so I'm just letting you guys know.
It's going to be awesome.
98.
Yeah, so it's going to be great 98. Yeah, buddy, let me tell you something.
Now, was that the big news?
No, we have way bigger news,
yeah.
but that's going to
really?
be after we talk to the Duggar, because the Secret Society meeting, among everything else, trumps this entire thing. That's the reason Michelle and I got engaged.
Yes.
Duggar, he brought James over. We got married. He DJ'd that. So go ahead and call Duggar up.
Oh, you want to do it now?
Well, let's do it now. Let's get this thing out of the
Let me
way.
just play
So
one-
anyway,
let me play one thing first.
so while Michelle is playing on the soundboard, because Jimmy isn't here.
That was.
We're gonna play Duggar. We're gonna call Duggar.
I have no idea what that
don't
even
know.
meant
Just
to
pick
do
a
with
song.
anything.
No one does.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Also, we have Michelle. Call Duggar, please. Thank you.
She just likes pressing buttons. Bro.
And she's
on-
pushing all of
I
yours,
love that
isn't she?
stuff.
And as you can
I love
tell, if you look around the room, we have the ladies of Rogan Radio.
Yeah, we're ready to go.
Yeah, call him up. We have the ladies of Rogan Radio in the studio tonight. We have Carol, and we have Amy, and we have Megan, and we have Erica. Christian's not here, and Jimmy's not here,
God.
and Stephanie's not here. What kind of? Okay, let's see what Duggar has to
You
say.
forgot somebody.
And Vicky's not here.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why Vicky's not
Yeah,
here.
why is Vicky
I didn't know
not here?
because
Really?
I wasn't looking at the Facebook
Todd,
thing.
read your messages.
We have a cool
your
little group.
messages.
There we go.
Hello.
Duggar, what is happening?
Well, I'm just sitting here watching TV. What else does an old man do?
Well, it
You
could
should be watching Rogan Radio right now.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't get a notification that you guys were on, but I'm glad I will watch it.
Hey, listen, Duggar, we were just talking about that. The new algorithm. I'll have to talk to you about it. They're talking now about, unless you want to pay for stuff with Facebook, you're not going to see things anymore, so it starts filtering out, so you're not going to see a lot of it. Anyway, let's talk about this big announcement coming to Bridgeport.
Well, that's right. Coming to Bridgeport on February the 10th, we are doing another 80s and 90s show at the Marriott
Yeah.
in Bridgeport. You know,
I love it.
We had one back there. We had one back there in November. You were there.
Oh, we had a great
And
time.
I gotta tell you, that was one of the best ones we've done in a long time. That is a beautiful place up there. We got a great crowd. Everybody was getting down to 80s and 90s music, and we're just doing our thing again. And so we're gonna do it again on February the 10th. That gives us a month to get the word out. So I'm hoping that everybody listening will share and let everybody know we're gonna be there. We'll be putting a video on here in the next week or so to fill everybody in on exactly what will be happening.
Listen, it's going to be a good time. And I tell you what, last time we rocked that place out. It was a blast.
You rock a place out no matter where you are.
listen, we brought the crew up. That's what we were just talking about before we got on here, is that how we were in at the Duggar dance. Michelle and I got engaged, and then all of a sudden, Duggar
That's
is
back
at
in May.
and right, and then at the wedding, then it's like a good luck charm.
Well, I hope I continue to be that, not only for you, Chuck, but for everyone who comes to our dances. So, with that in mind, if you've been having a tough time paying your bills lately, or things aren't just going the way they should, you need to come to our next 80s and 90s dance, February the 10th, at the Marriott in Bridgeport.
Now, once again, Duggar, the pre-ticket stuff, that's all gone now. It's just going to be at the door.
We're just charging a flat $10 now. It used to be $15, and then $10 at the door. Now we're just charging $10 at the door. So all you need to do is show up with your $10. You get in. It's real simple, and we'll get down and party the night away like we always do.
Oh my goodness! I tell you what, and you couldn't be. we were just talking. We were just talking about all the craziness that happens because we had the secret society meetings here, and everybody that comes along, there's always something very interesting that happens at the Duggar dance, and everybody and listen, everybody has a great time. I mean, it's literally a
There's
party.
always a story.
It's the biggest dance bar in 3 states tonight. Duggar plays somewhere. That's a guarantee.
Well, I'll tell you, that's why we started these, and we'll continue to do it, because everybody who grew up in the 80s and 90s who loved that type of music, really there's no place they can go to hear that type of music and to be around people all their own age and not have to put up with the newer music and a lot of younger people being there wanting to hear, a lot of the newer tunes.
Right.
So we do this You show up. It's all 80s and 90s music. It's the same stuff you danced to when you were kids, and and it's been working out pretty good. As long as the people keep coming, and I'm able to do them. We're going to be there doing them.
Hey, you know what? And we were just talking about this right before we called you also, is that since you're the good luck charm, at least for Michelle and I, we're looking for some good luck. And then you mentioned, if you want to continue that luck in 2018, come to a Duggar dance. Well, Michelle and I, we want to have about 16 kids. And so what we need some Duggar magic.
We need about 12 more. 12 more, babe.
12 more kids?
Well, now exactly.
Kids.
Well,
12.
now I'm getting a little confused. Exactly. Exactly.
What?
Exactly. What do you want me to? How can I help?
Duggar's
How can I help you out? I
Hey.
may not be able to.
Listen, Duggar,
They make pills for that, Duggar.
Duggar, we'll send you the contract. We can work it out. I'll have my machine call your machine.
Yeah, it's all
Well,
in
hell,
paperwork.
I'm getting excited now.
Well, maybe he doesn't need that pill, Chad.
Evidently not.
Hey,
I may
Duggar,
not even be able to show up for that thing on February the 10th now.
but once again, February 10th in Bridgeport, we're going to go ahead and the video will be out, and it's going to be a rocking time. Once again, the Duggar's going to be up in Bridgeport.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're gonna be giving away again. We're giving away some tickets for the dance, an overnight stay at the Marriott, breakfast the next morning, and all that'll be coming up when we get the video on. As per normal.
And then Brucey was talking about
Duggar rate. Duggar rate.
when you go up there to get reservations, because we highly encourage that. They have a Duggar rate too. It was like $59 the last time. Hopefully, it's $59 this time too.
I got to tell you, the people at the Marriott are so accommodating. They have a beautiful lounge up there, and I mean they take care of the lighting for me. They make sure the light is just right in the room that we have the dance in, and
I'm
they
just
do a
excited for the
they do a great
showers.
job up there.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. The showers
Yeah,
are amazing.
I'm excited for the showers at the Marriott. They were the best
That's the
showers
best
I've ever
shower.
I
had.
agree.
Ever.
the Marriott, the showers are great.
Yeah.
amazing.
They're really
Do they
The
fit,
shower heads were like the size of this room.
well, do they
I
fit
know.
two people?
Yes.
if you wanted
yeah.
to.
Whoa.
Well,
And more.
More.
And more.
Well, so you get Duggar in there.
more.
That's three.
Yeah. Hell yeah! You can get in there.
Exactly.
You're getting good
That's
at
what I'm
this.
talking
Michelle.
about.
You're getting good at this.
Oh,
I
yeah,
gotta tell
I
you,
know. Oh, showers are legit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I put a lot of time and effort into trying to make this an exciting, fun time for everybody. What does she get excited of? The damn shower head.
It's not the lights and the fog and everything else.
No,
it's the shower
Duggar,
heads.
Duggar. I've been to.
Yeah.
No, we travel around. I love every single Duggar dance. You don't change. But I'm telling you what, those shower heads at Marriott, they are legit.
And I tell you, no, go ahead, Duggar.
We're going to have to change it. The fog, the lights, the sound, the shower head.
Your show's
Exactly.
legit. There's nothing wrong with your show. It's the greatest everywhere we go.
And listen, right.
And not only that, I'm glad to hear, now that you've told me this, I'm glad to hear that we have a good, clean group of people there.
We're absolutely as clean can be. We
Literally.
That's
I mean,
right.
we spend more time in the shower,
Yeah, that's right.
and the reason being is because we're so tight on water here at the Rogan house, because we have this community shower, and then it's like, okay, listen, we have a Duggar dance, and you know what? We're going to all take a shower, and we're going to take a lot of them, and we do it together. It's fantastic.
Well, yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's fun getting dirty, huh?
Oh, yeah, it absolutely is. And listen, we have an announcement. We have this big announcement here with the Duggar dance on February 10th.
Sexy girlfriend.
But we also.
That was an accident.
But we also, Duggar, we're going to have another big announcement that, you know what, you DJ'd Michelle and I's wedding, and we might have another wedding from somebody in this room.
What?
Somebody else. We're going to have that announcement here.
Look around. Look around.
You might have to be clearing the
could it be?
schedule at some
Who could it
point.
be?
Well,
Derek.
I
and
got to
Nick?
tell you, we're getting them married off at these dances, aren't we?
Well, I'm telling you what, between marriages and smoke alarms, you cannot beat a Duggar dance and shower heads.
That's right.
Yeah.
Duggar,
So it's gonna be another fun time. February the 11th at the Marriott in Bridgeport, and I know Rogan Radio is going to be there.
Absolutely.
And if Rogan Radio
11th
is
or
there
the 10th?
again,
The 11th or the 10th?
10th.
what did I?
He just said 11th.
The 10th.
Okay,
Yeah,
10th. Just
10th.
making sure.
You say they say your mind goes first.
That's only after Harry
not
Knuckles.
in my case though.
Never, Duggar.
But anyway, it is February the 10th, and we're going to be there again. And if Rogan Radio's there, you know it's going to be a good time.
Absolutely.
If they're
Duggar.
there, it's going to be a good time.
Absolutely. We're going to have a great time. Hey,
We'll be
listen,
there.
thanks for talking with us, Duggar. February 10th, we'll see you.
Hey, buddy, see you there.
All right, Duggar, we'll talk to you. And ladies and gentlemen, as the Duggar is off the phone, what we're going to do right now, we're going to make him dance. Because that's we've done that from the very first time. We've done that from the very first time. And what you need to do, if you don't know what this means, you need to get on your phone. They have these little emoji things. And you need to make these things fly around the stage. Once again, we made a big announcement already that Rogan Radio is going to have an online radio service, sort of like Pandora, 24 hours a day. The podcast will be incorporated in that. We're going to have your favorite host from time to time come in and actually, do the little thing in between the songs as long as we get the licensing for the music, because everybody wants to hear the music, right? If we could talk Duggar into maybe doing a show in the morning, that would be fantastic. We have another big announcement coming up very soon. It's going to be right after this.
I got a drum roll. Let
me tell you something. This announcement right here is going to knock your socks off. Do it. Hit me with... Oh, no, we'll wait till it's over.
You just got to say drum roll, please.
Once again, I want to thank KDS Permanent Sign Shirts and More out of Fairmont, 366-1234. All the gear that you see that we wear, hoodies, bandanas, keychains, the mugs, the coffee mugs, the decals, everything that we do, they do. That's out of Fairmont. Once again, talk to Steve. KDS Permanent Sign Shirts and More, 366-1234, baby. Yeah, you know it. Sorry to the Steelers fans out there.
Yeah, and they
Sorry
almost,
to the Titan fans out there.
Oh,
Yeah. But happy to the Patriot fans, baby. Tom Brady rules.
Patriots suck.
Patriots.
Whatever.
Tom Brady, Belichick, the dynamic duo.
Whatever.
In all honesty, they are really good.
They really are. They really are, too.
They're so fundamentally sound. It's nuts.
I was actually thinking, because the NFL's kind of been hurting this year, that they would sort of, because football is, with all these rules and things now, it's sort of like entertainment. So they kind of make stuff up. It seems like. Anyway, with some of the rules and some of the different clarifications they do with the slow motion and instant replays and all that, I thought for sure that they were going to have Pittsburgh win, so just because that they could go up for the ratings anyway on TV, the Patriots and Steelers would be a huge game. Jacksonville and the Patriots, I don't know. Is that going to be something to grab your balls and say?
Patriots played Atlanta last year.
Jacksonville's not. They got to play New England next week. So
Well, that's what I mean. And then the
they're
Super
gonna
Bowl,
win?
I would love.
Football's over for me.
New England's going to win.
Football-
I can't
over.
wait. And we're going to have another Super Bowl party this year.
Yes, we do.
Anyway, as you can tell, we have a full house. We have Carol in here. We have Megan down there. Hello, Megan.
Hello.
How you been?
Not too bad.
Megan is Mrs. D Mac down there.
Yep.
You listen. You know what? Listen. Megan goes to all the Duggar dances too, and we have an absolute blast. Do we not?
Oh, we have a blast.
I got my I'm wearing my apparel tonight. I have my big rubber boots on. I have my Star Wars Stormtrooper
Those are good luck
Sexy
because
and
we had
I
a,
know it.
and then I don't think anybody sees. Think about it like a newscaster. When you see them, they look good from the waist up, right? But then what you don't see is that sometimes they're wearing shorts underneath the table. You've always heard that. Well, that's kind of legit at times. So that's basically what I'm doing.
yeah.
I'll take a
Hold
look.
on, hold on.
What do you got?
Let me
What do you
cut-
got?
Let me cut it over.
Shake.
Uh-oh.
You want me to smell it? Smells.
That's
yummy.
Well, looks like he's pregnant for one already.
See, I thought you were Anyway, we have some big news. At Rogan Radio, we thrive on being this big happy family, and we absolutely are. We love it. We have our little tight bubble, and everything that happens in that bubble, we're a tight group. We like it that way.
Yep.
And something happened. Now, listen, this is what, the 13th, 14th of January?
14th.
14.
The 14th of January. 14 days have went by without this announcement from anybody. Now, do you know Chad?
Yeah, I know about it.
You son of a bitch. You didn't even tell me. Did you know, Carol? You knew.
I didn't know.
Megan, did you
I
know?
had no idea.
Derek?
Nope, not me.
Erica?
What?
Erica?
Hello.
Erica.
Did you know?
No,
Did you know?
quit.
Did you know? Michelle A, did you know?
I did not
Todd,
know.
did you know?
No. I'm clueless.
Drum roll, please. Big announcement.
Drum
The
roll.
third of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, sitting down at the far end of the table, the reason Amy and Bruce are here is because they not only are a couple, but they are something more now.
Yeah.
Brucey, tell us what's going on.
What's going on, Amy?
He's learning quick.
Amy, introduce yourself first of all. Amy, let everybody know who you are.
My name is Amy May. I am Bruce's. Go ahead, Bruce.
Say it.
Say it.
Say
Do
the
it.
F
Do it.
word. Say the F word.
See ya.
I'm waiting.
Wow. It's the first time I've really said
Well,
it.
say it.
Say it.
Bruce's fiance.
Bruce got engaged. Holy moly, baby.
That's awesome.
I didn't know myself either.
You didn't know. You didn't know you were engaged?
Oh,
Did it happen
Wow.
on January 1st?
yeah,
It happened January 1st, and you've been sitting on this for 2 weeks?
that's right.
How did that happen? First of all, let me tell you.
Well, we know how it happened. Now we want to know how it happened.
I'm going to tell you this, is that you two, seriously, are bubbly. I like it. You are very good together. You absolutely are. You're sort of like Todd and I. I mean,
Yeah.
we're like the perfect couple.
Well, before,
Right.
her.
yeah.
Her.
Yeah, but she blends in very well, though.
She does.
You know.
Yeah, thanks for letting me join you guys. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome.
What am I?
Anyway.
Chopped liver?
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. Kitty litter, maybe. Anyway, I didn't say that. That was Todd.
That was, she knows that wasn't
Actually,
me.
that was Megan down there.
Yeah.
Don't blame it.
Megan!
No, I would never do that to her.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Bruce, you guys are now engaged. Do you have a date or anything yet? Have you been
No, that's gonna be done long
down the future?
Yeah.
But you guys are a great couple together. I will say that. Now, this is what I want to know, Amy. How did it go down? How did Bruce? What kind of romance did Bruce pull? Oh, hold on. Hold on.
I want to know how it went down, too.
Hold on. We got to do something. Let me find a sometime. Let me do this.
A song. You need some background
Yeah.
music.
I put something not romantic, but it's just like a.
Yeah, I got you.
How did he ask you? But wait till the music starts.
Oh, yeah. This is very appropriate, Chuck.
Amy, listen, I'm going to ask you a few questions now.
Okay.
Now, you and Bruce are now a couple. You're engaged. Bruce Zilla is no more.
No.
No.
Well, he's still Bruce Zilla in my eyes. Yeah. But on January 1st,
Yes.
okay, you guys were together on New Year's Eve.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Who was that? Where they had their first kiss, Chuck?
So you guys met on
No.
okay. Anyway, let's get to it. Tell us all about how the romance that is Bruce Takahashi.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Oh. Well,
Oh,
wasn't
poor
at all.
Bruce. It wasn't romantic. I am so sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was actually kicking him out of the house.
Thank you for listening to Rogan Radio.
So, hey,
Tune
listen.
in next week.
Hey, listen, we all have that in common because that's sadly enough, that's how Michelle and I do things.
Well,
I'm just
he
joking.
was falling asleep on the couch, and I knew he doesn't live close to me. I live in Enterprise. He lives in Salem. He was falling asleep on the couch, and I was like, "You've got to work tomorrow. I have to work tomorrow. You don't live close."
So you weren't really kicking him out.
No,
You were having his
No.
best interest
I
at
was
heart.
exactly. I was telling him to go home because I knew he had a long way to drive to go home. So I told him, I said, "You need to go home." And I actually had a migraine on New Year's Eve, but we still went to a friend's house for New Year's Eve, and we ended up actually leaving right after midnight to come home because I didn't feel good at all.
Right.
And I still didn't feel good. So I was like, I still don't feel good. I'm going to go straight to bed once you leave. So I had turned my couch reclines. I had turned around to put the recliner down, and I turned around. He had his coat on.
Yeah.
He was fumbling in his coat.
Way
And I'm
to
like,
go.
what
Whoa,
are you,
Bruce,
what
yep.
are you doing?
Yeah, and
I'm
you're probably
like-
thinking, Bruce, put your pants on before you go.
Not yet. Emily's in
Oh,
the
oh,
bathtub.
oh, yeah,
Emily's
yeah.
in the bathtub.
Okay,
Come on
okay,
now. You know,
okay,
no, not
okay.
right now. What are you
Continue.
doing? Go home.
I regret.
No, actually, I was like, what are you doing? And he gets down on one knee, and I immediately start bawling.
Oh,
and,
yeah. You remember that, Chuck? You remember that?
But the thing is, you'll
He
never
asked.
forget. You'll
Right.
never forget that moment.
Never forget that
Well, I'll
moment.
tell you
Never,
what. You know
ever.
what? Seriously, you guys are just fantastic together because I can see it. I
thank
can see it
you.
at Bruce at work. I mean, I have not seen that guy's hair look so good in my life.
Sexy man.
yeah.
Sexy man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he
Sexy,
actually
and he
dresses
knows
up
it.
for us now.
Yeah, and you guys absolutely compliment each other. And I knew, I heard different things around work say, but I didn't know.
Like,
right? I
what
didn't
did you
know.
hear?
Well,
Yeah, what did you hear at work?
No, well, I knew Bruce liked you. I knew Bruce
I knew
liked
Bruce brought a ring, but I didn't know what was going to happen. I heard.
Oh, well,
rumors.
see.
you. See, but I didn't know anything was
See?
going to go down.
No.
That's what I mean. For such a tight knit group, we sure didn't know anything.
Bruce.
Well, see, he knew last week, and when you asked him, I was like, oh, because see, we hadn't asked Dad yet.
Oh, I wouldn't.
So-
That's probably a little more interesting, that story.
No, actually,
No?
we went today and talked to Mom and Dad, and
Yeah.
they are ecstatic.
Really?
good.
That's fantastic.
Hey, as we are.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
got it?
We are
Yeah.
here.
Thank you.
Yes.
Welcome to the family.
Thank you.
I like it.
The Rogan Radio family.
It keeps growing.
It does.
And growing.
I know.
Hey, you're
And
gonna have,
growing.
you're gonna have to get a bigger
Todd
studio.
Beck.
Yes.
Come on, you guys, Chad, you guys have to pop out some more kids. Derek?
Oh no.
Let's pop
I'm-
out kids.
Nope,
Snip,
we're
snip,
done.
sizzle,
Yeah.
sizzle, baby. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm already
Right?
done.
They just gotta grow up, right, Megan?
Okay, so I just freaked everybody out. Okay, well, we
Yeah.
just keep growing anyway.
I have been.
Well, I mean, no.
My
No,
wife,
what-
she's had a whole bottom end rebuild too.
I am surely glad that she
I'm
loves
glad
everybody
Vicky's not
knowing.
here
Vicky.
tonight.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm glad Vicky's not
No,
here tonight.
she likes that
Is
joke.
it
You
like-
think it's funny?
Is she bored like 30 over or anything?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Upgrades.
She went-
Exactly.
Yep.
She went from a 55 Chevy to a 57.
Something like that.
I do not know what that is.
By the way, Jimmy's not here tonight. Tonight is.
I know. I'm
Michelle on the
sorry. I
soundboard.
don't know what keeps coming up.
Did you guys see this stuff that happened in Hawaii the other day?
Yeah. Some kind of a ballistic missile.
Listen,
warning?
it actually went over on cell phones and stuff. You know how you get like Amber Alerts and things like that. This
Oh,
thing
it went on
actually went
TV
over,
as well.
and it went on TV.
I didn't get one.
I didn't
Now,
get
see,
one
I didn't-
either.
No,
Yeah, I
I
didn't-
guess it was just for that
No,
area,
it was
correct?
just
for Hawaii.
No,
right?
somebody in West Virginia.
It was.
Actually, Natalie Tennant, her daughter has an iPhone, and her daughter got a message about that here in West Virginia.
Like
Well, she must-
National Alert?
I wonder if she was
Yeah.
registered for that area. or
Yeah, that's what I'm
I
thinking.
don't
She was
know.
on some kind of a site that gets alerts, like through BOI if the snow is
Right.
coming. They get you get
Now
an
listen,
alert.
I think we're on YouTube right now. Now imagine
You
this.
gotta play that.
Imagine minding your own business, and we're going to see here. This might be some kind of CBS thing. It's going to be. I want to try to keep her off of there because I don't want to really hear her talk.
she's
Whoever
so
that is.
pretty, though.
Okay, what's it say?
From an incoming ballistic missile, we have.
Anyway,
confirmed
the
it
emergency
was a
alert
false
said it
alarm.
came up on your phone. It
That
said
image
ballistic,
comes from the phone
and it
of
went right off the
Congresswoman
screen.
Talusi.
Anyway, it was. Listen, in this time and age, this is the wrong time for that to be happening. Now, how does that happen? How do you send something like that that says there's a ballistic missile coming and take cover now?
I don't know.
Because if that was, if that went to the wrong place, say Trump in D.C., and he's like, whoa, somebody's attacking Hawaii, guess what? We're going to start launching stuff, and just without even thinking, boom, we're not going to wait. But
well, hopefully there's a little bit more to it than that.
well, I don't know. Depends.
D-Mac sent a good video, actually. D-Mac. The
Oh,
one
yeah.
of the basketball game
yeah. It's,
where
what-
there was like an actual basketball game going on in Hawaii, I
that-
guess.
Yeah, that's what
Right?
happened in Hawaii. Like that's what their broadcast was. That's what they actually saw.
I didn't know they played
And
basketball
it
in
got
different countries.
interrupted for.
I want to
Yeah.
actually hear it.
I got it.
Oh,
It's-
no,
I
it
have
actually
it
came up
too,
on
if you
TV, and it
want.
actually read it, didn't
yeah,
it?
it's in the messenger.
Do you want me to play it?
There it is.
I can play it right here.
No, that's okay. We won't do that. But anyway, yeah, could you imagine that and thinking all of a sudden, because of how the world is right now with North Korea and everything and the way that all that action's going on?
Oh, it's scary.
I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
No,
Dum, dum, dum.
I want to know is how long did it take before that they got the announcement? Before they, somebody said, "Hey, listen, this is false."
38
minutes.
38 minutes.
So people were freaking out for 38 minutes because they thought this ballistic missile was
Just
going to come down and
panic.
crush them.
So I watched the whole news interview about that, and they were talking to one of Hawaii's senators.
Right.
And so apparently that was during shift change, and they were just supposed to do the warning, like the test or whatever.
Yeah.
They hit the wrong button.
Oh my God! They
So there's
should
a-
not
there-
put them buttons that close together.
You would think that when they talk about a button, like Trump has a button,
Yeah.
Kim Jong-il
He says he has a button.
has a button
on his desk.
I can push Michelle's buttons, but there are buttons that I have to push before she goes nuclear.
Right.
Right? But they're not all very close together.
Sometimes them buttons are when they're close together like that's kind of fun.
Anyway, our marketing director in here from Rogan Radio, Erica, she's in the studio. Now, she has something to tell you also. Now, once again, she is she handles all the things. We have promotions director, we have marketing directors, we have costume directors, we have, what else? Event coordinators.
Event coordinators, yeah.
We have all kinds of different things. Erica is the publicity director. Is that what it was? What did I call it? Marketing director.
Marketing
Right.
director.
And then we have a new thing that's actually kind of taken off a little bit.
Okay, hold on.
All right. Tell us all about it, Erica.
Okay, so
I don't know what that was.
That was a Hawaii alert. Everybody
Oh,
take
yeah,
cover.
there was a- oh,
Everybody
crap.
get under the
Look at
table.
me.
Everybody.
Hey, the
get-
button looked really pretty, so I just pushed it.
everybody.
You gotta speak up.
Okay. Anyway, Erica, go ahead. Knock
okay,
yourself out.
so the Rogan Radio now has an official Instagram account, and it's run by me, but it's mainly about like everything that's posted on Facebook and YouTube for people that don't really have Facebook or like don't go on it a whole lot. And if you have Instagram, you can go on there and see everything that goes on in Rogan Radio.
Because now the thing is that the one thing that I didn't understand is our generation, Facebook started out as a young thing. Now everybody's young is not doing Facebook. They're doing Instagram, Snapchat, is that what it's called? Something? Snapchat and all that kind of stuff. So that's why this light bulb went over my head, hence the light bulb on their shirt, because you're always trying to figure things out. It's like, well, how can we do this? I said, perfect, because we need to keep building that genre of people that follow us now that we're going to have this radio station thing going on.
Well, we have the interns.
And we have the interns. We have Christian, we have Mia, and we also have the
Erica,
the marketing director.
Mia's birthday is
She's the actual
tomorrow,
marketing
by the way.
director. She has graduated.
Yeah, Mom, I promoted. Where were you?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Bam.
Do you have a sound? You got a sound effect for that?
No,
Huh?
I'm not an intern anymore.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
See?
didn't realize that. Oh, I
See
missed
what I mean?
something.
She's actually been hired now.
That's why we call her the prima donna.
She's on the payroll.
But anyway, so she's handling the actual Instagram account, and and how we started out. It's not really all that old now.
No, I can't really remember. It was like around November, around there, and we have like around 200 and some followers now.
Nice.
Fantastic. So just go on there on the Instagram, and you'll see some backstage stuff. You'll see some different things. And Erica is handling all of that stuff. That's why I call her around the house.
It's
Erica.
Rogan. It's not very hard. The username is Rogan.radio.
Piece of cake. Go ahead and check that out.
Rogan.radio.
That's on Instagram. And then when we start doing all the other stuff, you know what? She'll keep up with that also.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very awesome.
Anybody else have anything?
Awesome.
I'm out. I didn't have anything to talk about today. I didn't have time to
there's
plan.
all kinds of crap. Let's talk. I mean, you can talk.
I'm
about
just joking about that.
Talk
Did
about
you
that.
see? Let me tell you something. We're Star Wars fans, which I have yet to see.
Oh,
I
I have
Jesus.
yet.
I still haven't watched it either.
You haven't? Brucey hasn't either. No, I haven't.
I even went to go see it.
You saw it, Jared?
Yeah, I saw
No,
it.
I haven't seen it yet. But I did see big news that Quentin Tarantino, who I love, by the way, because he's a heck of a director. He makes some crazy junk. Quentin Tarantino is teaming up with who?
I don't know.
Oh, Quentin. Who would he?
Quentin Tarantino would
Bruce
team
Wayne.
J.J. Abrams
Oh,
to
wow.
make what?
Episode 9.
No,
the
not
new Star Trek.
To make a Star Trek thing.
See,
Quentin Tarantino.
I don't like Star Trek.
Okay.
What?
you're
I
out.
wonder
I
why.
don't know. I can't
Who
do
said
it.
that?
Me.
Derek doesn't like Star Trek.
Yeah.
Derek doesn't like Star Trek, but I do. But you absolutely love Star Wars.
Oh yeah, it's completely.
Oh.
I don't know why.
I
just
didn't
don't
know
like
there
it.
was two different things.
No, Megan.
You and Derek can go sit outside.
Well, it's not any different.
You and Derek go
Yeah.
sit outside.
Yeah,
It's
you
not
know.
any different. The people didn't like Knight Rider,
it is-
but they like MacGyvers.
Oh
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Oh, you know, she didn't know there was anything different.
She didn't know there was a difference. Same.
There's a difference.
Well, yeah, that's
He
another one.
cut me off again.
No, you're
Hurry
not.
up.
I had
turn
I had this Star Trek Enterprise thing that's in the living room, or was, shall I say? And so it was like a little model. What it was the very first movie that JJ came out with, the Blu-ray. They shipped it if you had the special limited edition. The Blu-ray came in the Starship Enterprise. Okay, so I had that as that little model in the living room. So one day Michelle says, "Hey, listen, I have a great idea," and she starts using this little voice. Oh, hey, listen, babe. Like, she's really sweet voice, which she
Mom.
never uses.
Mom, use your sweet voice.
Yeah.
I'm not using my sweet voice right now.
She doesn't need anything
I don't
right
need
now.
anything right now.
So anyway, she goes through this whole process of giving me this garbage of how this Star Wars thing needs to leave the living room.
And that's what she was saying, right? Star
Yeah,
Wars.
she
thing?
goes to the Star Wars thing, and I'm thinking, and listen, I'm looking around, and the only thing that I see in Star Wars is this little stormtrooper, little like decal that she got me there. That we went to when we went to North Marion, and we put that in as a Easter egg. So, and I'm looking around, I'm like, Michelle, I said, I don't even see it other than this. Okay, I'll take that down. So I take that down, and she goes, "No, Chuck, will you please listen? I'm begging you, so nice." She's doing this whole Bill Clinton thing,
Sweet.
and I'm thinking, what's going on here? And she's saying, "Will you please take this Star Wars thing out of the living room?" And I have no idea at this point what the hell she's talking about. And then all of a sudden, we look over to the Starship Enterprise. At which point, that's not Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's Star Trek.
No wonder you were confused.
You know what? Divorce court on
Well,
Tuesday
it
is all I
just
can
doesn't
tell
need
you.
to be in the middle of the living room. Like,
Well, what I'm saying is, no, that wasn't the problem. Is that there's a difference between Star Wars and Star Trek, and you do not mix the two.
I
You
have
do
no idea
not.
what you're talking about. Like Star Wars,
Captain
Star
Kirk,
Trek.
Luke
I don't
Skywalker,
know.
Spock, Darth Vader.
Yeah.
I have no clue. I have
That green
no clue.
chick and that Princess Amidala.
I have no clue.
You're turning me on, dude.
I'm telling you, Chewbacca.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Han Solo.
How do you do
Lando
that?
Calrissian.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you guys a
away,
question. You
young
Star
Anakin.
Wars fans.
Yeah.
Do you like Star Trek?
Star Trek.
Yeah, there's a Star Trek is when you go like walking through the woods and
You're like
there's
a
like
track,
a path.
you
and
know,
you're
we're
looking, it's like,
running
there's-
on the track at
There's
school.
Capricorn.
What you just said?
Star Trek.
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 T-R-E-E-E.
Oh, track.
It's track.
It's track.
Trek.
Trek.
She's from Webster Springs.
Track.
I can only do so much. So do you like it or no?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, so you do like both of them?
Yeah,
Sure
but
you
there's
do.
definitely a difference. There's definitely a difference.
So why did it make any difference?
Because Star Wars is not. So I'm looking around for something from Star Wars, and there's nothing in Star Wars in the house.
yeah.
And you're giving me this whole sob story.
Yeah.
Because when you want something, and I say initially no, then you go through the whole rampage, Michelle. At which point I'm saying I don't care, and at that point you're like, oh hey, listen. And I'm looking around, saying, okay, at this point I'll do it. But I need to know what you want from me. And I'm looking around saying, Michelle, there is no Star Wars in
Star
this
Trek,
living room
Star Wars.
at all.
Yeah, it's like asking for a Ford versus a Chevy.
Yeah, it's like,
Hey, it's apples and oranges, but they're both fruit.
Right.
But one's an apple.
Hey, you
one's
know
an
what?
orange.
I need to step in and save Michelle. She doesn't speak English anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah. See, that's what Bruce. When Bruce has an out, Bruce is from Japan.
Yes.
So anytime he gets into a situation where he doesn't want to, he goes, I don't want to speak no English.
I don't understand.
It's a piece of
Hey,
cake like
that's
that.
a good idea,
know.
Brucey.
Yeah.
He tries to pull that with me, and I say you're full of shit.
That might have worked once, Bruce. Maybe twice.
See, I used that a couple times myself until Michelle used sign language on me, and that was the first. That was the
Yeah.
left punch, and then the right punch, and then boom, I was out. It's like, she completely understands. I
So,
completely
yeah,
understand English.
I got that, plan B, and I need to learn the Spanish.
Exactly.
That'd be great.
Habla español.
Now, this is something else. Now, while we're talking about this, now I'm going through these beefs of myself, and we're talking about technology now. And one of the technology things that came out of Star Trek would be like your flip phone or your cell phone, with the communicators and all that. But have you ever wondered? And we all have cell phones now. We all do these things with USB. Okay, USB cables. How often do you actually? Now listen, not very many people can, to be honest. You don't have to be embarrassed. When you plug a USB cable in, that's not like a lightning cord. I'm talking about plugging it into the computer, okay? How often do you get it right, or do you always have to look at it before you plug it in?
I look at it every
I
time.
always look at it
Every
every
single
time.
time.
I always look at it because you got to thicken and.
Now, wouldn't it be easier if they had a top on those things to where it was like a standard? And there's not. You know what I mean?
Well, there's one thing that I didn't notice about the micro USBs whenever you get them for your phones and stuff like that. If you actually pay attention, the top of it actually has
That
like
little
the
USB symbol? Yeah.
So if you're holding your phone, the top is by that symbol.
See?
So you can do it in the dark.
However, my S5 is backwards. My S5 is not like that.
Really?
The top is on the bottom. If you look at your S5, it's on the
Well,
bottom.
then
so
you got to
actually-
know which way to flip your phone.
Well, exactly. But on the other end of it, when you plug it into a hub or you plug it into the computer, I have to look every single time. I can.
Yeah, because the real USB side doesn't have any markings.
No.
Or you just push it in. That don't fit. You flip it over. And it
Yeah,
goes in.
but you would think that would be easy. But for some reason, science, and there was a study, the reason I'm saying this is because I read this article, they don't know why they did that. They have no idea why there's no market. No one's tried to fix it. No one's tried to figure it out. Right there's your $1 million invention. Because there's no standard. Sometimes the top's on the bottom. They just throw those things in there, and there's really no standard for it.
I know somebody who could have figured that out a long time ago.
Oh, I know right where you're
You
going
know
with
what you?
it.
I know.
I
I
know
know.
exactly where you're going.
And his name was Vaughn Haggerty. Haggerty. Entrepreneur of the Year. Vaughn Haggerty.
Ladies and gentlemen, he was in Pittsburgh today to watch the Pittsburgh Steelers get beat by the Jacksonville Jaguars. He was running from the Tennessee Titans. That's when they got their asses beat by Tom Brady and the greatest of all time, New England Patriots.
He didn't mean that. He didn't mean that. He did not mean that.
First name begins with V, last name begins with H. His name is Vaughn Haggerty. Viking guy, strip king owner, Russian gangster. His name is Vaughn Haggerty, and he likes shit stuff. Yeah. Get your tickets now to see him at the Mellon Arena. 366-123-456-78-9-10 this Saturday.
That's great, Jeff.
Right there. That'll make your head explode.
Wow,
I love
Will.
that shit. It's like a monster truck video.
They got him on blood pressure.
Watch Bigfoot come to town in Pittsburgh with the Pittsburgh Penguins at the Mellon Arena. Get your tickets now at 681-222-7646.
I love how we still do the Mellon Arena.
Listen, it hasn't been called
Everything is the Mellon Arena.
It hasn't been called the Mellon Arena since Chrysler
And we
Pittsburgh.
love the Mellon Arena.
Mellon Arena.
You
But
know,
it
love it.
flows right
Mellon
off
Bank
your
out of
tongue.
Pittsburgh at
Mellon
one time.
Arena lives on with
Yeah, that's what I
Rogan
mean. It's like the
Radio.
Icy Light Theater. Now it's like whatever they call that
I
thing.
love
What
it.
is the GNC coal thing? What's it called now?
PPG Paints.
Paints Arena,
Something.
yeah.
Whatever it's
I get
called.
emails from them every day.
I get an email from Viagra every single day, and I'm not sure why I get that.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll get spammed by those
You
guys.
think
Well, I
about
thought
it.
you were
keep-
trying for more kids.
Well,
think they're trying
see,
to
no,
help
that's a
you
great
out.
point. They're probably listening to Rogan Radio. actually.
Right?
Call Duggar. He'll help.
Right?
Call Duggar now. Oh, I didn't have play.
You can forward him those emails.
Wrong button. Jump.
Woo, boy, I just gave myself. Did you watch the last week? Speaking of this, we were off of the. As soon as we got off the air, about a half hour later, they were releasing SpaceX the Zuma mission.
Yeah,
How did they go?
No, it didn't go well. Allegedly.
Well, I read that they were loading satellite. That's what I read.
Now let me ask you a question. Let me ask you this question.
Axe you.
Okay, so they had a super secret payload that SpaceX was going to fire up, courtesy of Northrop Grumman, that was hired by the U.S. government. That was something kind of no agency is going to actually claim, but it was so secret. It's so secret that everybody knew something secret was going to be fired out of this rocket.
Yeah.
Now, you know what? Here's what I'm thinking. If it was that secret, why even tell anybody it's going to be that secret in a payload on a rocket so everybody can watch it? Why even say something?
Because they're launching something somewhere else.
Yeah, that's a decoy.
Probably,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because it's not like they're saying, okay, listen, check this out. We have this new SR-71. This is back in the 50s or whenever that thing flew off. Now, listen, we don't know what the name of it is. It's just like a plane-looking thing that's going to be really fast, and you might see it, you might not, but it's a secret plane.
Yeah.
But you know what? We're just not going to tell you that it's a spy plane. It could be a very fast commuter plane. Why even say something in the first place?
Because they're diverting you over.
So what
somewhere else.
actually happened on that day while everybody was watching Zuma?
Yeah. Zuma.
Which is going to be the next actually Disney movie. I saw that, by the way.
Zuma.
Yeah, Zuma.
I don't even know what Zoom is.
Zumba?
Zuma.
No, Zumba.
Talk
we
to
did Zumba.
Zuma.
I can't
Talk
do it
to
right now.
Zumba.
No, Zuma was
Zuma.
Zuma was the payload on the SpaceX Falcon rocket that went up that allegedly was lost in space, cost $1 billion or something like that.
Yeah.
Is that how that story went? Is that how it ended?
No, they don't know.
Right.
It's like somehow
never
it's
came
lost.
back down.
That's what they claim.
Well,
but yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
I think if that thing would have came back down, that would be
No.
the rocket booster came back.
The rocket booster came back,
Okay,
but they're
not
saying
the actual.
But they're saying the payload in that thing actually went around. It's designed to go around like a orbit and a half or something like that. Then the second stage is supposed to go back in the atmosphere and burn up. But the payload never ejected from that second stage. Hence, it burned up also.
Right.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Something so secret that we know all about it except what it was.
Yeah.
Why would you even tell it?
I don't know.
I think they were trying to launch the first paper airplane into orbit.
It could have been, man. It could have been also the same thing that Bruce sent a video. We were talking about the moon landings last week. And how it wasn't real, was it not real, or did it happen when they said it happened, did it not happen? And then Bruce sent this video, I think it was Apollo 16. And basically what it was the capsule on the planet, or on the moon, and that thing shot up, and the camera followed it all the way up, okay? And my first thought was, I bet that cameraman is pissed that he had to stay on the moon to capture that particular moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the reason I know that there was a cameraman there and it wasn't robotically controlled or through telesignals or whatever is that the fact of if they were smart enough to have something robotic to track an object leave the moon, then they would have been smart enough to have HD video at that particular time.
You would assume.
But they didn't have HD video. It was so grainy, you really can't tell what's going on, but yet they have something to track it. Give me a break, man.
Conspiracy. That is one of the things we got to talk about in one of these podcasts we got coming up, which is not going to be today, right? We're not going to do a podcast tonight.
Oh, I knew this better not be from Mike Houston. No. Who's on here? Who we got talking here?
Oh, man.
Oh, we got
Mike
Donnie
Houston.
Everett, Justin Farrow.
Give me something what somebody's talking about.
Oh, God.
That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking. I think my mom said that Bruce should take his honeymoon in Hawaii. Actually,
Great
Brucey
idea.
and Amy should go to
Oh yeah, let's
Hawaii.
just send him somewhere
hey,
where
you
they've
know
already
what?
had a missile attack.
Yeah, the odds of them having
They did
another one are.
not.
You can just pass it. Look at Amy's already in the spirit of being.
Amy's in the spirit
she's
of
part
Christmas.
of the family.
For
She's,
next
she's
year.
giving.
Alrighty.
Thank you once
The
again
gift of
to
giving.
Miller High Life.
You know what?
Miller Brewing.
I think we need a
Milwaukee,
song
Wisconsin.
tonight. I just don't feel right unless we end with a song. And I think Bruce should lead us.
I'm not really necessarily sure we were ready to end yet.
No.
Oh, I mean, I'm talking about when we do.
Oh, you mean to sing?
Yeah,
Like a
I think
karaoke
that
song.
we
You,
need to
you
sing,
can sing a song.
Well,
You can
before
sing
that-
a song.
I'm not saying we need to do it now.
Oh, you-
I'm just
Before
saying
that,
at
we should
some point.
probably tell people to wish someone a certain happy birthday
That's
tomorrow.
right. Mia's
Yeah.
birthday is
Miss Mia.
tomorrow.
Oh, is it?
16? 16?
Mia
14.
Regina Ferris.
She's gonna be 14.
I'm going to be
Yeah,
16.
you're going to be 16.
She's going to be. Now, listen, let me ask you a question. You guys have had kids. Eric is getting ready to turn 16, and she's under this impression.
No.
Exactly,
answer.
That all of a sudden 16 is 31. And she's going to have all this freedom and just be able to walk in, take the car keys, and just run around and do whatever she wants. How was it when your girls turned 16? Just to set her straight.
Well, anything that he has already told you is not going to happen is exactly what's going to happen. Just to let you know.
Yeah.
Well, that's how my girls were. They're like, oh, yeah, woo, got 16, and they got their hand out for the car keys, and they didn't get the car keys.
In all actuality,
That didn't work like
I
that.
kind of I was going through a divorce at the time,
Mm-hmm.
so I had to have some kind of help transporting back and forth. So my oldest daughter, her granddad got her a car, and I let her just go ahead and back and forth. I even gave her gas money, which really I didn't have to give her much because she had a job,
Right.
which makes a big difference.
I have a
So-
job, too.
Yes, you do. You're a worker. I'll give you that.
So-
Congratulations. And you're smart, too, by the way.
Then the youngest daughter came
Smart
around.
water.
She didn't have a job right off the bat, but in order to get back and forth to some other activities that she had, I couldn't make the trips all the time.
Right.
So it was a responsibility why they got their cars. The job gave them their own gas money. I paid the insurance. It's kind of one of them things. If you want to get a little bit of respect out of them, you got to give them a little bit of respect.
Yeah, but I think what a lot of these, especially these new drivers like that, they think because they're 16 and they got their license and they can just get in the car, they can just go. And you can't do that. And you're going to be freaking out, Michelle, when she leaves that driveway and you can't
That's my
see.
second go around,
Oh, that's true. I keep
You
forgetting
know.
about Megan.
Yeah.
Anyway, today we
But
went.
anyhow, it scares the hell out of you.
We went.
It does.
We had a wine tasting to go to, so we went to that thing
Oh,
today.
yeah, we did go to a wine
So let me
tasting.
show you how I
So-
mess with the girls. This is how I mess with the girls.
Ugh.
So we stop, and so I needed a Coke. Because I like when I'm going out somewhere, that's all I drink. I'll drink a Coke, and that's about it, or something comparably speaking. So we go up, and I go in, and we ask Erica if she wants something to drink, and she said just the water will be fine.
That's
so
all
when
I
I come
drink
out,
is water.
that's all she drinks is water. So when I come out, I give her bottle of water, which is a Smart Water. And I look at her and I was like, you know what? I hope this works.
Nice.
Very upset.
How much did you pay for that Smart Water?
And it was about this big.
It was
It was
literally
like
like
the
a
biggest
32
water I've ever
ounce
seen.
It was a
water
big
bottle.
one. Because I
Wait,
care.
were you
And I
trying to
drink
tell
it
her
all, too.
something?
Yeah, you did. Hey, listen, want to thank, we looked at some of the numbers from last week, and we want to thank the big cities from San Francisco, New York City.
Yes, it was awesome.
Came in number second as listening as far as the podcast goes.
Awesome.
Now, listen, I'm not sure how to say this. I think it's lose UK over in England. And we want to thank you guys over there also. Shinson, Fairmont, Buchanan, London's a big town, Motown's a big town.
London
Spring,
always was a
Texas.
big. Or no, what was that one town in England? Do
It
you
was,
remember? Do you remember? It wasn't
was,
London.
No, it was Harlow.
Harlow or Harlow or something like that?
Oh, shoot.
God,
I got
wish
family lives in Great Yarmouth.
Really?
Do you?
Yeah.
Why isn't that on the list?
Yeah. How come they're not listening?
Harrow?
Because well,
Harrow.
Harrow.
Or
It was Harrow.
Yeah.
They were big there for a
right.
while.
Yeah,
They
for
were
a
like
long
number
time.
one for a while.
Super appreciate that. And also over in Austria was big. We had Australia in this time, New Zealand. We had Germany. I mean, it's basically France
There
is
were
all over the
lots.
place. And all over the place. And we really do appreciate that.
I haven't seen anyone
Yes,
from
we do.
Serbia on here today.
No,
we had a Serbia.
I don't know. Has anybody been looking at the comments?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching it.
tried.
Oh, what, is there
I've been
anything?
busy.
Is there anything?
I
Yeah,
saw
there,
Tijuana.
you
Did
know
you
what?
see Tijuana?
You've been
Oh,
smoking.
Darren's down in.
Call him up.
Tijuana.
You know what? Tara's.
Darren,
he-
you'll
he
be
wanted a
calling-
number
I'll
earlier.
Call him right now.
Yeah.
I sent
No,
Darren
wait.
the
If he's
number.
over in Tijuana, he's not going to be able to call, right?
Well, they Facebook Messenger they can. As long as they got
I'm calling
internet.
him. I'm
Well,
gonna
but-
call
but-
him.
well,
Well,
international?
they was going through Cindy's to.
Yeah. They
put
wanted
the
the number.
messages on here.
I sent him the phone number. He said he was going to call, but maybe he just can't.
Well, that's what I mean
call
because
him.
international.
I'll call
Well, no,
him
it might,
and
no,
I'll
you
call
might not.
Cindy.
You might not want to do that because if they answer, it's going to be international phone rates.
Yeah.
That might be very
it is.
expensive.
What are you telling me, babe?
That if you call them instead of being free, it might be
I
like
thought that
$18
was-
an hour.
Where is that place?
In Mexico, babe. Tijuana, Mexico.
Here's the thing: when you make a
Well,
phone
what
call,
are they doing there?
here's the thing: when you make a phone call,
They're bringing back a couple kids for us.
when you make a phone call over the internet, it's free.
Darren, what are you
It's free.
doing there?
Yeah, I used to do that all the time.
So if you do
Yeah,
VoIP
through the-
over the
Tell
internet-
nobody
Even
he's bringing me
through
some stuff back.
Facebook
Yeah,
Messenger?
no, through
Try
the
it.
messenger.
See if
Call
he
through the
answers.
messenger.
I'm going to try it,
Tell
okay?
him, Chad.
Go
Are
ahead.
you
He's
ready?
bringing us stuff.
Go ahead.
That's right,
I'm going
man.
to try Darren first, and then we'll try Cindy.
Come on,
Okay.
Michelle. He's
Okay.
bringing us stuff.
You know what? I mean, don't go there and not expect us to be able to get a hold of you. What are you saying?
Once again, tonight, D-Mac is taking the place of Darren, who's down in Mexico. And then we also have Michelle, who's
Well,
taking the
somewhere,
place
obviously.
of Jimmy Wiz tonight. We brought Carol in. Amy's here with... Hello?
Hey,
Hey, there he is!
Ah, it's
What's
G!
Listen, where are you guys at right now?
we are right now sitting in line to get back into the United States.
You know what?
Oh,
Okay.
so you were on the border.
Darren, you did pick up my package, correct?
That means he's going to get stopped by them sniffing dogs, probably.
Yeah.
So tell me about it. You guys went down to Tijuana today in Mexico. How was that?
Yeah, it was great, man. It was great. I got some tequila and drank some local beer and ate some local food. I don't know if you saw the picture on Facebook, but
Yep.
it was actually fresh pigskin in salsa with beans and rice.
Olay.
So, Darren,
So-
tell us exactly
it-
what do you
yeah.
have to do to cross the border? Like
Jump the
what's-
wall?
No. You're not on foot. You're in a vehicle, right?
Yeah, all we did from America to Tijuana was drive in. Nobody stopped us except
Seriously?
one time, and they looked in the tailgate of the truck. I guess Michelle wasn't smuggling anybody.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Smuggling anybody into
Now-
Mexico?
Now going back into the U.S., there's a line like it's got to be at least an hour and a half long.
Jeezy Christ.
Hey,
That's a lot of cars.
can you picture me being in the back of his truck?
So
I would pay for that. I would
Japanese.
pay.
Oh, no, you're not.
I would pay for
So you're
that.
saying it's easier to get into Mexico than it is in the U.S., right?
Oh yeah, 100 times.
Wow. So we could throw
Yeah, 'cause I
Brucey
don't
in the
figure-
bed of your truck
I don't
right
figure too
now.
many people want to sneak into Mexico.
Hey, did you hear the big news tonight about Brucey and Amy getting engaged?
Amy's still on there.
Oh.
Hey,
Oh, there he is.
there
He's
he
back.
is.
We thought we got waxed by the M113s down there or whatever. Did you hear about Hey, yeah, exactly. Did you hear about Brucey and Amy being engaged now?
I was wondering who that was.
Well, yeah, no
and
shit,
Amy.
Darren. All of us. Listen, he's been engaged since the 1st of January.
No way.
Yeah, way.
Little shit ass.
You know what? You had to drive all the way to Mexico for him to tell us that.
Yeah, no doubt.
Hey, hi, Cindy.
Hello.
Hello, Cindy.
Cindy.
Hello.
Hey, you guys made some good time getting there, by the way.
You guys did. You drove across the country.
Yeah.
Like you're across the country
Yeah,
before we know.
I love the one pictures.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the one of the one of the
crater? The crater?
Do they call that? What is that? Crater City or Meteor City or something out there?
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
that was
yeah.
cool.
It's the Meteor City is actually before the crater,
Okay.
so it's like two separate places.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
So, but yet,
And it was pretty. It was pretty amazing.
So
but
you,
yeah, that thing is amazing. I thought you'd like to see that space capsule there.
that's
Chuck
pretty
went
awesome.
nuts.
Yeah.
Chuck
I
went
didn't
nuts.
realize how small those things are.
Hey, Darren.
They are small. Like kind of like an F1 car and an Indy car. You don't really realize how tiny they are until you actually see one. You're like, how do those guys get on there?
That's what Michelle said. You're honey.
Yeah, no doubt.
Shut up.
Darren, you sent the text about it, and I had to spend the next 30 minutes listening like to a historic lesson, like a
We do that every day.
Every day,
lesson.
don't you? You do that
Yeah,
every
we
day.
listen to- it's either
So,
trains,
yeah.
space.
Well, it might have been like close to 45 to an hour, but okay.
You're welcome, Michelle.
Thanks, D.
Megan's got a potty.
Megan's
Oh, hey, listen.
Oh, let's just announce it to everybody. Live on
Megan.
RoganRadio.
Aaron, can you,
Hope everything comes out okay.
Hey,
can you please tell the guys behind you in line that Megan has to pee, Darren?
Megan, you can just go like to Michelle's bathroom, which is right around the building, or you can actually go inside where everybody else goes, and that would be
My
cool too.
bathroom's to the back of the building to the right. But if you want to go in the house,
That's also where we
then-
make Italian ice, by the way. Anyway, so you guys you're on your way back now. When you gonna be back?
We lose him again?
I don't know. Is he still connected?
D.
Hello.
Darren's gone. Okay. Hey, nice knowing you. We have since promoted. Once again, we have the new
dropped.
director since Darren's been caught in Mexico. We had the DMAC down there. We had the marketing director tonight in Erica Ferris is in here also. Running the soundboard tonight, we have Michelle. We had the newly engaged couple. We have Brucey and we have Amy down there. Congratulations. And the only ones left now are Chad and Carol, who refused to listen. See, so all of a sudden I knew at some point she was going to want to talk into that microphone, and it's too bad I don't have it turned up. Or actually, I do have it turned on. Yeah. Whoopsie. But anyway, we also have Captain Todd Orbuck in here, and Megan's outside in the Michelle bathroom. But you said something, because we're no, go ahead.
Todd might have to stay here for the night.
Yeah, because Vicky's not very happy.
No, she's not very happy.
Why is Vicky on here?
Trouble,
Come to think about it,
mister.
I didn't want to bring him up. I didn't want to
Trouble.
bring all that up because I know
Because
Vicky's very busy and she probably
She
has
is very
school
busy.
tomorrow, right?
No.
No,
She's on.
There's
Oh
no
wait,
school
okay.
tomorrow.
So
It's
she
only
probably
Sunday.
has something to do like
No. No, have you not been reading the comments?
See, the bad part about it is you ask about the conversations
Somebody fill
happening
me
in the
in. What's the
comments.
comment?
Yeah.
She's already mad at
Well,
him.
she wanted to know why
That's
she
not
wasn't
the exact word
invited.
she's been using.
Excuse me. I told the first
You
thing
better
I said when
grab
I
that
came
stress
in
pecker,
here.
buddy.
Exactly.
You better be grabbing the stress pecker.
Hey, you play with the stress pecker. I'm going to tell
you
Vicky
keep
what
that,
the
Todd.
ones
You're
and ones
gonna need
is.
it. You might want to take that home.
The first thing
Yeah.
I said when I come in here is, "Where's Vicky?" And Todd said she.
She went to
was doing
Walgreens.
some-
She was
she
going to
was at
Walgreens.
Walgreens, and I said, "Did you not get the text message today?" And he said, "What text message?"
Yeah, see?
And I said the group message that went around that
Because
all
we have a
the
group message.
wives are coming today,
We have-
significant others.
We have a group message that we play around with and listen.
Yes,
It's
the
fantastic.
Rogan Radio group message.
That's it.
But a lot of times I told Michelle, a lot of times I did
hey,
that.
I just see a comment that says blame Michelle Rogan. Let me tell you something, Todd.
But what's the one right after? The one
Now,
right
let me tell you a little something. something.
Let me
I'm
tell you
gonna tell
something.
you a little
This
something.
is what I deal with. Here, you want to wear this while she yells
Yeah,
at you
here.
because it
I'll
might make
give
it
you
a little
mine.
bit. It might
Yeah,
make it
but
a little
right
bit
after
better.
that I put LOL. I put LOL.
I don't think that's going to make it better, Todd.
No, it's not going to make it better because, and you know what Todd told me?
Oh, God.
I don't read half of those group messages. I just scroll through them and click X.
I just look at the
That's exactly what you said.
You just look at the
Dang.
pictures, right?
Vicky?
You just look for pictures,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Mhm.
Pictures.
The
You
videos
can blame
are
your
interesting.
husband, Vicky.
I'm so
Yeah.
sorry, Vicky.
You're
I
supposed-
asked where you were going to be tonight.
Me too.
I missed you, girlfriend. I
It's-
love you.
your
It just so
husband's
happens I'm
fault.
going to save you now, Todd, because we're going to sing karaoke and then we're going to get out of
Let's
here.
sing karaoke.
Sing happy birthday to Mia.
Oh, okay. We'll do that first.
Yeah, and
then-
everyone wish her a happy birthday on Facebook tomorrow. She'll
And
be
once
14.
again, Rogan.radio on the
Instagram.
on the
Rogan.radio.
Instagram. YouTube are broadcasting now with also just search for Rogan Radio, SoundCloud, iTunes. Listen, if you're listening, share this thing. We're not necessarily worried so much about Facebook. I mean, we dig the Facebook, but since we're going to be going away from Facebook, we're going to do this, but we're not going to be able to be seen.
Right.
Courtesy of Facebook and the new
Yeah, we gotta
algorithm.
talk about
okay.
We love you too, Vicky. She said for now on, Michelle, to just message her for now on.
I will. I'll send you a private message, Vic.
This was
I
the
will
problem.
Not
We will
depend
take
on
care of you,
Todd.
Vicky.
I'll be
we
in my
got you,
recliner
girl.
tonight.
This is the problem of bringing women into a man-only zone.
Oh, my
Wait,
Yeah.
wait. you're the one that on the message board said, all the women, I think it would be great.
Yeah, I guess Chad reads them.
This is the problem with having.
But Todd, we called Todd a girl at the beginning of the show. We called Todd a girl.
See, this is
Todd didn't read the message. Todd,
this is all back to
I
Todd.
officially apologize to all the women,
Okay.
including my wife.
Yeah. Okay.
And
That's
you.
a good
You got a lot more apologizing there.
When you go home, you got a lot more to do.
I will give a
Yeah.
foot rub or a back rub.
Mia turns
or
14
something.
tomorrow. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mia. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Mia.
Many more.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and end this thing tonight. But first we're gonna sing a little karaoke. Once again, Bruce and Amy finally down there engaged. That's fantastic. We're still hoping for Carol and Chad. Megan and D-Mac are here. Erica is here. Michelle, Todd, and Vicky is not. That's bullshit.
Bullshit. We love you, Vicky.
Thanks to Todd.
I'm heading down the Atlanta highway. For love getaway. This is how we do things every Sunday night. For love getaway. Got me a car, it's as big as a well, and we're heading on down to the Love Shack. Got me a Chrysler, it seats about 20, so hurry up and bring your jukebox money.
Love Shack is a little old place.
That's what the chicks say.
We can't get to.
Sorry, Vicky.
That's why Todd's singing.
Love Shack, baby. A Love Shack, baby. Love Shack.
Baby, Love Shack.
Yeah.
Love Shack.
Baby, Love Shack.
Love. That's where it's at.
Love, baby. That's where it's at. God says,
Stay away, fools,
cause love rules
at the Love Shack.
In the
Yeah.
middle of the field, just a funky old shack, and I gotta get better.
Nobody's been drinking any beers around here tonight.
Glitter on the highway.
Thanks to Duggar for calling in.
the front
For talking to us. Darren down in Mexico. Thanks for talking to Derek. Happy birthday, Mia. Happy thank you to the marketing director, Erica, for having our new Instagram page. Rogan.radio. You can check us out once again. YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, iHeartRadio. All the places you can do that stuff. Dancing and I love. Don't start. I'm just trying to talk. Keep it up.
Yeah.
It's as hot as an oven. Come on, Megan. There we go.
Shimmy.
The whole shack shimmy.
The whole shack shimmy.
Oh, shack shimmy.
The whole shack
Shabby
shimmy
looking.
when
Pretty soon.
everybody's moving around and around and around and around.
24-hour radio station
Everybody's grooving.
to where it's nothing but party.
Outside just to get down.
Where every song is kick-ass.
Everybody's grooving, baby.
Funky little shack. Funky little shack.
Yeah. Well, this is where I should have actually did the voiceover.
Music break.
Yeah, exactly.
And make sure to call KDS Burn Design Search some more 366-1234. The weather tonight in Clarksburg is going to be absolutely fantastic. It's going down to be 18 degrees.
Up in the Chrysler, it's as big as a whale, and it's about to set sail.
Got me a car.
It's about 20, so come on and bring your jukebox money.
Love Shack is a little old place where
Yeah.
we can
Come on, Megan, get down there. Yeah, she goes. Love Shack, baby. Love Shack, baby.
Baby, love shack.
Yeah, listen to that guy.
Love shack. Baby, love shack.
I want to say this. There's one part in this. It's the say what part. That's what I wait for the entire song. I'll wait for this. Right here, right here. And this is Vaughn Haggerty this Saturday at the Mellon Arena. Go ahead and get calls. Tickets now at 681-822-1726 by Ticketmaster. Watch him play with.
Why am I the only one dancing?
Well, I don't know.
Why are you the only
I'm
one
sorry, because I
naked?
was yelling at Bruce for not singing.
Come on, Brucey. Brucey never. Oh, hold on,
I will
hold on.
never, baby.
Bang, bang, bang on the door, baby.
Hey.
I can't hear you. Yeah,
Go, Brucey. Go, Brucey.
Knock it on louder, sugar.
Bang, bang, bang on the door, baby.
I can't hear you.
Bang, bang on the door, baby. Bang, bang.
Knock it on louder, sugar.
Bang, bang, bang.
On the door, baby. On the door.
Bang, bang.
On the door, baby.
Bang, bang.
In the bathroom.
What?
What?
Roof. Busted.
Rusted, not busted, Captain Earl.
I thought it said. You know, I always thought it said.
Love Shack.
I'll tell you
The
what.
longest song in history right here.
No shit.
5 minutes, 31 seconds of out of tune Rogan Radio host and co-host. Oh, shoot.
That was so much fun.
The Lord is
That was
good.
great. Thank you, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thanks for tuning in tonight. We had a great time tonight. D-Mac, we are ready to rock it out with our chickens out.
okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, until next week, we'll see you out. We're out.